Oh, hey, didn't see you there. My name's Aiden, and I'll be your special event coordinator this summer. In this video, I'll be taking you through our 4 sessions this summer, our special event plans for each session, and what CWC is and how you can help. Our first session is Wet and Wild, a classic winding trails session ready to make a splash this summer. The main highlight of our Wet and Wild session is the Water Carnival. The Water Carnival will take place on the second Friday of the session and is always one of the best days of the summer. Now you might be thinking, Hayden, what's the Water Carnival? Don't worry, I'm here to help. The Water Carnival is a day full of Wet and Wild fun. On this Friday, I'll give you a schedule that'll direct you to different stations like bouncy houses on the soccer field, the slip and slide down the giant hill, and every camper's favorite, the snow cones. Ahoy! Our second session will be a new and improved pirate-themed session. It should be a swashbuckling good time. From you mateys who have joined us for a pirate-themed session before, forget everything you knew about becoming a pirate. And from you new mateys, you're welcome aboard too. This year's pirate session will accumulate in a new special event, Protect the Pirate Ship. Hopefully, I come up with a better name for it before we actually have to do it. During the 2 weeks leading up to this special event, units will participate in minute-to-minute competitions during opening to earn new materials for their pirate ship. On the special event day, units will be challenged to use these materials to build their own pirate ship. In the afternoon, pirates will come and attack these pirate ships, and only the seaworthiest ships will last. You have questions? Yeah, I do too, but I'll answer them at a date to be named later. Our third session is Tournament of the Trails, our Harry Potter themed session that is arguably our most popular and labor intensive for you guys, so I'm going to take you a little bit more in depth as to what's expected from you. So the basic premise of the Harry Potter session, for those of you who haven't done it before, is that on the first Friday of the session, we're going to sort each group into one of the 4 Harry Potter houses. So that is Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, or Hufflepuff. And then during the second week, your group's going to compete in a bunch of different challenges, anything from Wipeout to Tug of War, and there's a few other ones, to try to earn house points for your group. And so the kids get very into this, they love it. There's a lot of competitive spirit, teamwork, and fair play. And yeah, it's a great time. So that will accumulate in, for upper and middle camp, a game of Capture the Flag on the last Friday that's worth a bunch of points. And for lower camp, a game of Hide and Seek that's also worth a bunch of points. And so the kids love this, they get super into it. There's an opening and closing ceremony. It's very different from our other sessions, but it's a really great time. The kids love it. It's a winding trail staple. So expectations for the counselors. First of all, we expect you guys to bring a lot of energy, a lot of passion to this session. If you guys are super into it, you're wearing your house colors, you go all out, whether it be face paint, bandanas, house colored socks, like go crazy with it, get super into it, because your kids, your campers are gonna look up to you. If they see you having a great time with it, having a lot of fun, they're gonna do the same, and be super enthused and really invested in it, which is the goal. Other things, fair play, teamwork are really a big emphasis this session. There's a lot of competition. Sometimes campers get too into it. They can get really upset if they don't win something, or they can be poor sports if they do win. So we want to make sure that that starts with the counselors, because you'd be surprised, counselors also get too into it. There's a really fine line between having a lot of spirit and really being passionate about your house, and then going too far and making it too important and too competitive. So, we trust that you guys know where that line is. You can also talk to some of your veteran staff, talk to the coordinators, come talk to me, and we'll help you out with that. But that's definitely strongly emphasized this session. Some of the new things. So for our returning staff, this is where you guys should really be paying attention, because this is going to be different this summer. We are going back to the old style Capture the Flag. For new staff, this means nothing to you, but veteran staff, you remember Quest for the Flag, which we've done for the past few summers, and we are going to alter that a lot. It's going to be more like the old style Capture the Flag, which if you've been here for a long time, you remember that. It'll be smaller. We won't be going as far out into the property, as far out into the woods. But it will be more like a traditional game of Capture the Flag. We're also going to try to incorporate some of the games from Quest for the Flag into that. But I will do my best to come around to each unit and have a meeting with you guys where I go over rules, expectations before Capture the Flag starts.
because rules are always in question. There will also be referees during the game that you can go to for any rules questions. They're all there to help. I'll probably be one of them. But we want to make sure that the rules and expectations for that game are clear. There's always some sort of controversy. We're going to try to avoid that as best we can. So like I said, I mean, this applies to all sessions, but especially this session. If you have any questions about an event that's happening, a game, what the rules are, what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be, come find me, or any of the other coordinators, but especially me. I'm going to be here to help. I want these special events to go as smoothly as possible, and I am your guys' biggest resource for that. So come find me. I'll try to be around and available as much as I can, and come to you guys as well. But it's going to look like old style capture the flag. That's what I got for you for right now. Lower camp, it's going to be the same hide and seek type game that we've done the past few summers. We're going to try to outline where you're allowed to hide and where you're not allowed to hide a little more clearly this summer, because there's been some controversy with that in the past, and just make sure the expectations are really clear for that. But yeah, shouldn't be too much of a change from the past for you guys. The last thing I want to talk about is cheating, because cheating happens between campers, sometimes staff, very rarely, thankfully. We are going to really crack down hard on cheating this year. There will be big point deductions in the Harry Potter session if that's seen, if that's happening. And, you know, we trust that you guys are going to obviously avoid that, but we need a really strong top-down influence on the campers, that we're going to avoid cheating, we're going to play fair, and win the right way. And so, you know, we don't expect to have any problems with that, but if we do, it will definitely be cracked down on pretty hard. So just a little more context for new staff who maybe haven't seen how Harry Potter works before. In the first week of the session, we will assign generals and assistant generals to each house. So these are generally older, more veteran staff or coordinators who have been here a long time, and they are responsible for leading each house. So they might devise strategy for capture the flag. They'll participate in some of the challenges where campers might not, or other staff might not. And so they're kind of literally the leaders of each house. So very important job. If you're chosen to be a general or assistant general, don't take that lightly. The kids will really look up to you. So it's really, especially for you, important that you're bringing the energy, having a lot of fun with it. And again, just super important to emphasize for your campers that on the special event day itself, make sure they're wearing their house colors. So it'll be red for Gryffindor, green for Slytherin, blue for Ravenclaw, and yellow for Hufflepuff. And generally, you want to really strongly encourage them to wear that on the last day. It's important for making sure we know which person belongs to which house, for capture the flag. And yeah, I mean, you can encourage them to go out all week, but especially on that last day, you really want to commit to it. All right, I've been yapping for a while about this, so I'm going to stop talking about Harry Potter, but this is one of our most important sessions. It's going to demand more than other sessions from you guys. Bear with me. Have fun with it. If you're having fun with it, it won't feel like more work. It'll feel like a game. I love this session. As a counselor, I always try to go all out, make it as fun as possible for my kids. We would do like wizard boot camp and stuff, which works with 6-year-olds, maybe not black bears. But we encourage you to be creative, do stuff like that, make the session your own, play fair, and have so much fun with it. It's a really great time.
So, sorry I'm not there, guys. I had to go conduct research for our brand new 4th and final session, Survivor.
At the beginning of the session, units will be divided into one of 3 groups, and these groups will compete throughout the session to earn the puzzle pieces that they will use in the final puzzle-making challenge. In addition, there will be bonus puzzle pieces and hints hidden across the camp property for you guys to find with your groups. As always, there will be more information to come, but in the meantime, we hope you guys are planning out your best Survivor-themed outfits.
The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is CWC. For those of you who don't know, CWC is 2 free choice periods immediately after lunch for campers aged snapper and up. Every Monday, it will be the responsibility of the counselors in those groups who are CWC eligible to ask their campers what their top choices are for their CWC that week. And if you're a counselor wondering, hey, what do I do during CWC? Don't worry, you also will be assigned to a CWC. Some of them are going to be specialist led, but most of them will be led by you, the counselors. So at the end of this video, you will get an index card where you will fill out your top choices for your CWC this summer. Every Monday morning, CWC eligible counselors will receive their period 1 and 2 assignments in their mailbox. Yes, your CWC assignment can change depending on the week. Additionally, some CWCs are double periods, meaning that they will not transition between period 1 and period 2 with the rest of the camp. For example, my dog's up at OA. It takes a while to get up here and to set everything up and then clean up after. So both staff and campers who have OA CWC will not transition between period 1 and period 2. Every CWC area will need to take attendance. Now, if your CWC is specialist-led, the specialist is going to handle it. But if it is a counselor-led CWC, the counselors need to pick up the attendance sheet on the front porch of the office. Don't go into the office looking for it. Renee's scary. Spend as little time with her as possible. Pick it up on the front porch. Take your attendance. Each CWC will be assigned to one of 3 meeting locations. Those 3 are the Sportsplex Pavilion, the Blacktop of Garmony, and the Upper Camp Field. You'll see it on your attendance sheet, clearly printed. These places are where you meet up with your group before you head off to your activity and take attendance. Now, once you've made it to these meeting locations, you're going to be taking attendance, calling out first and last names loud, making sure everyone in your group is accounted for. If you are missing a camper or you have an extra camper who's not supposed to be in your group, you will tell that to the coordinator, who will then let you know if that camper you're missing is absent or where that other camper is supposed to be. And then once everyone across the camp is all set, you will hear the all clear over the loudspeaker and you can proceed to your CWC activity. One last thing I want to emphasize about CWC is how important Monday morning is going to be. Every Monday morning, as a counselor, you're going to receive your CWC assignment for the week. You're also going to receive in your mailbox in the morning a preference sheet for your campers. You need to ask them every Monday morning their top 3 choices for CWC, fill that sheet out, and return it to the office during opening. I'm then going to input those choices into the system, assign every camper to a CWC, and get a sheet out with what CWC they've been assigned during lunch. You need to come to the office during lunch, grab that sheet, and make sure that you're effectively communicating to their campers what CWC they're assigned for periods 1 and 2. In addition, every Monday at lunch when you're letting your camper know what CWC they've been assigned to, you need to let them know what the meeting location is. So, for example, Billy, you've been assigned to soccer. First period, it meets at the Sportsplex Pavilion. Go there. All right, last thing about CWC, because I'm sure all the lower camp counselors have fallen asleep already. I'm not, but somebody is gonna give out an index card to all the snapper and above counselors who are participating in CWC. On that, I need you guys to write your top 3 CWC choices. This applies for the entire summer. And then at the bottom, I'm open to any suggestions for new CWCs. So throughout the summer, I'll continue to add CWCs. And I'm sure some of your campers are going to have ideas for things they want to have. And I'm happy to implement them as long as they're safe and they have enough campers who want to participate. But for right now, fill out your top 3 choices. Any ideas you have already before camp starts, right at the bottom. Very open to those. And yeah, that's it. Promise.